Hey everybody, welcome back to Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. Got a couple of comments here we're going to do real quick from Danielo. We got, looking forward to more of the mystery, love the different accents and dialects. As far as detective mystery games, you ever played Deadly Premonition? No, I haven't played that one. I've seen it around, seen some LPs on it and whatnot. It was sort of a, maybe I might do it sometime later on, maybe not. I don't know. It didn't really grab me that hard. It was okay, in other words. There's been quite a few games that were like that, though, so, thanks for your comment. Some guy says, so Jack's pretty funny. Yeah. They got some pretty funny characters in this game. Yeah, if you might remember, like, the King's Quest and the Space Quest games, and, of course, Quest for Glory, there was some fairly funny shit going on in those games. I mean, sometimes it would be a little lowbrow humor, sometimes it would be cheesy, but generally they had a good sense of humor. It's the same basic people, or at least a couple of them. So, and of course this was written originally in the heyday of those types of games. So, naturally, things would be very similar. Of course, they wrote it with a more adult point of view because, well, they could get away with that. It's a horror game in a way. Well, and of course, they also wrote they didn't write Leisure Suit Larry, but Leisure Suit Larry was a Sierra game, which is, of course, even more adult humor. Anyway, thanks for your comment, and let's get on with this. Okay. I think that's where I'm supposed to go. Oh, here's this fucking drummer.
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
Oh, hey! Oh, come back here. Hey! Oh, unbelievable. Rotten luck.
Those drawing tools are amazing.
Yeah, they're great for laying lines, angles, circles, anything geometric. It's pretty meticulous, but I prefer it to freehand.
Can you draw anything with those tools?
They're great for ordered, complex forms and patterns, but they won't help me do Monet.
How's it going?
Life sucks. I just lost 2 days worth of work.
What are you working on now?
Just starting another drawing of the cathedral.
Okay, well, he wasn't very useful.
Gabriel can't reach the drawing from where he is.
You dance pretty well for a kid.
Give me some money then.
I don't have any.
Then don't block the view, mister.
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Got any money?
Nope.
There you have it. No.
Can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay, then.
Could I get a doobie dog, please?
Not now. I'm busy.
An unambitious person in the 90s. Amazing.
Heh, heh.
That doesn't seem to work.
Oh, wait, no, I gotta go over here.
I have this gift certificate.
I'm busy.
It's good for $20 at St. George's Books. Finest bookstore in New Orleans.
Really? I'll have to check it out sometime.
You could take this gift certificate with you. If you'll give me a doobie dog.
A doobie dog for a $20 gift certificate? Sure. Here you go.
You wouldn't like a doobie dog by any chance.
Would I? Thanks, mister. You got any special requests? Let me know.
You mentioned something about special requests.
Yeah, you got one?
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Can I? Just watch me.
Good. There's something in there I can't quite reach. Can you reach that piece of paper?
Sure thing. Here you go.
Thanks, kid.
Yup. See ya.
Stupid wind. Now I have to start all over.
This belongs to you, doesn't it?
My drawing. How'd you get it?
Oh, it was a bit of a squeeze, but I hate to see you lose your work. I lost my only copy of a manuscript once.
Well, you saved my butt. Let me know if I can ever do the same for you, hey?
Is there any way you can reconstruct the whole pattern from this partial?
Okie dokie. Well, I might be able to reconstruct the pattern if I had more data. But this is just one small area of it. What is this from, anyway?
You'd never believe me.
I'll see what I can do.
I have some more of those patterns.
Oh,
Really?
fuck.
Tomorrow. Let's see.
Great. I appreciate it.
About ready to get rid of Adobe Reader because it keeps doing this shit. I don't know why, but it just started doing this. Really, really irritating. Anyway, I wound up giving him the lake drawings and whatnot, so he says he should have something done by tomorrow. Alright, so let's get out of here. I kind of wish they would allow movement with the arrow keys, because this clicking shit's a little awkward. It's just sluggish. I mean, I don't remember it being quite like that, but then again, the last time I played the OG version of this game was like back in the 90s, so, you know. Okay, go to the world map.
May I help you?
My name is Detective Mosley. I'm here on police business.
Really? How interesting. Wait here. I'll inform Miss Gedde.
Yeah, that's only a little felony.
Miss Gedde will see you. Right this way.
I don't think I'd want to be locked up in a Louisiana prison.
Miss Gedde will be down shortly.
Thank you.
What can I do for you, Detective?
It involves knee pads. Oh.
Harvard classics. Homer, Virgil. Maybe Malia wouldn't be impressed by a signed copy of one of Gabriel's novels. Gabriel's already read that one.
Modern art?
More or less. It's a Picasso.
The leather on the chair is as soft as butter. Gabriel's coat feels like rawhide in comparison. Genuine lion skin.
I can imagine doing things on that rug.
Excuse me?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah. Dumbass.
The only thing Gabriel wants to mess around with in this room is Malia herself. It would be rude to take that now, but Gabriel makes a mental note about it for the prenuptial. The leather on the chair
Oh,
is...
fuck off. I clicked on the fireplace, bitch.
The only thing Gabriel's likely to burn here is his bridges. Gabriel's hot enough.
It's rather warm in here, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry if you're uncomfortable. The fireplace doesn't really give off much heat without the stove insert, so I indulge myself, even in the summer.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's the fireplace anyway.
That was... I'll give that attempt a 3 out of a 10. And that's being kind.
Beautiful women. They must be relatives.
They are.
The only thing Gabriel wa- It would be rude to...
Undoubtedly proof that there is a God. I'm trying
Trying what?
to reach the, truth. Nice statue. I like it.
Thank you. It's The Rebellious Slave by Michelangelo.
Okay, well, I'm probably gonna say the only thing...
Nice.
Thank you.
You know, the only thing they want... Or you want to touch
Roses
is
and
her or whatever.
gardenias give the air a sweet taint. Ming Dynasty, perhaps? The side table probably costs more than Gabriel's shop.
Good possibility. Alright, let's get on with it.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Gedde?
I assume that's what you're here for, Detective.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, Detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced.
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh? Well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
Tell me about your life in New Orleans.
The Gedde family came to New Orleans in 1800. We worked very hard to get where we are. On the other hand, we've done a lot for this community.
I can believe that. You're doing a lot for me right now.
Jesus Christ, the fucking thirst is so real with this guy.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I believe it's some sort of local holiday, but I don't know much about it.
What do you know about Marie Laveau?
I've heard of her, of course, but that's about it.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The murders? Only what I read in the papers.
And what do you read in the papers?
I'm sure you know much more about it than I, detective.
Yep, she's getting suspicious.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm no expert. I don't fear them like most people do.
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose I don't really have a choice. What do you want to know, detective?
What kind of things interest you?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do appreciate the arts. Opera, symphony, ballet, fine art. If you look around, you'll see that we collect African art, for example.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is, detective. It means a great deal to me.
Do you have a career?
A career? Being the head of the Gedde family is a 24-hour-a-day job. We have many holdings and many responsibilities, financial and otherwise. The management of our business affairs and properties leaves me with time for little else.
Poor little rich girl?
Believe it or not, detective, wealth does have its price.
Tell me about your family.
The Geddes? We're a very private family.
How many people are there in your family?
Well, my mother just passed away.
Oh, I am sorry.
So am I. She was a magnificent woman. We were very close. I was an only child.
And your father?
I never knew him.
It's hard to believe that any man would leave a woman like you, or like your mother must have been.
He did not leave, detective. But that's really none of your concern.
I'm sorry. Go on.
There are, of course, other Geddes in the city. I have a large extended family.
I see. Do you have a husband, boyfriend?
I'm very independent, detective. The women in my family have always preferred it that way.
So you've never been married?
No, and I never will be.
What about children?
Yes, that is likely. Someday.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have a business degree from Vanderbilt. I wanted to study psychology, but my family's interests came first.
Oh, why not something like law, then? Surely that would have been an asset to the family.
Law? Please. I do have some morals, detective.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
For the record, I'm 28, detective.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have few friends. A woman in my position can't really afford them.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I try to stay away from the media as much as possible. Last year there was that story about John Jr. and I. Phone didn't stop ringing for weeks. I prefer to keep my private life private. I would appreciate it if you'd keep my name away from any public association with the police, detective.
Of course. I wouldn't know where to begin.
As you wish, detective.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Sanko means?
No, I don't. What does it mean, Detective?
That's confidential information, ma'am.
For fuck's sake.
Can you tell me anything about what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could. But I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake. And I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
This is quite a place.
Thank you. It's been in the family a long time.
Done anything exciting lately?
I'm sorry, but I'm very busy. Can we get to the point?
One more.
So what's new with you?
Nothing that would interest you, I'm sure, Detective.
Ah, okay, one more.
Do you receive all your visitors in this library?
Usually, I feel more comfortable surrounded by things that I love.
So, you like books?
My books, my art, yes.
You know, we have a lot more in common than you might imagine.
I would love to chat about that sometime, Detective. But I'm really pressed at the moment.
Excuse me, but your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, Detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Gedde.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job.
Heh.
I can't help noticing that you're in incredible shape, Miss Gedde. Your legs are so strong. Do you work out at one of the clubs by the lake?
Well, Detective, I do enjoy physical activity.
Oh, me too.
Actually, I was referring to swimming and modern dance. I can't say that I do much exercising at the lake, though.
Ah, well, it was worth asking.
I think this has gone on long enough. You're not really a detective, are you?
Who, me? Well, I am on this case, Miss Gedde.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
Well, Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Well, I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear I've never done anything like this before.
Mr. Knight, you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Malia, wait. If you just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out. Robert?
Just Xeroxing that ass for the spank bank.
Show Mr. Knight out, please.
I most certainly will.
Thank you very much. I had a lovely time. Ah, shit. I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Excuse me.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
What, is there more stuff? Oh, well, fuck it, let's just ask her.
What do you know about voodoo?
I've told you all I know. Sorry I can't be more help.
Why did it bother creating more fucking...
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
You won't get far questioning me about it, Sherlock.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
You're the native. Don't ask me.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? Never heard of it. Must be a local custom. New Orleanians love to party.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint-Caux means?
No. Sounds French, though.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Wasn't she a big voodoo queen before the Civil War?
That's right.
Well, you've just heard everything I know about her.
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Already done that one, so.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
I need you to look up a Madame Casino.
Madame Casino? Is she related to the murders the same way your friend Malia Gedde was?
Grace, Casino's at least 70.
As if that makes a difference to you. Okay, I'll see what I can find. Well, it's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
Okay, now we are on to day 3. And we're doing the same nightmare, apparently. Drawn to the halls of learning, I sought there to conspire, but it was in the city of the dead that I found my heart's desire. Nice little hint there.
I'm so glad you could join us today. I've got messages when you want them. I also checked out Casino. There are multiple listings in the white pages. I got the page, but you'll have to figure out the right one.
Great. Thanks.
Now, are you gonna tell me what happened yesterday with Malia Gedde, or is it just too embarrassing? Don't tell me you actually got to see her.
All the stars out tonight.
Gabriel, you don't seriously think she's interested. She can have any man in the city. You know, men with bank accounts.
You underestimate the Knight family's tragic poet samurai appeal. When Daddy married Mom, she was the hottest catch in town.
I always suspected there was something fishy in your family tree. But seriously, I think you should be careful.
Meow, Grace.
I'm serious. I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach about this.
It's called jealousy, my dear. And you're right, you should be jealous of Malia Gedde. As should every woman on this planet.
I just... never mind. I'll just fix these books. Your life is in your own slippery little hands.
The point is to get it into somebody else's hands. And soon.
Yeah, Gabriel's not too picky, apparently. I just realized what he reminds me of. He reminds me of a male protagonist in a Japanese harem anime. Surrounding himself with women everywhere and totally wanting to, you know, get some, but not quite managing to pull it off. If you've seen any of those types of anime, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The dude's thinking about tits and ass and pussy and everything else, and it just never seems to work out for him for whatever reason. Okay, well, let's get talking to her.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Done anything interesting lately?
By your definition? No. I prefer it that way.
Do you have messages for me?
Your pal Mosley called. He left a message that they are interrogating a suspect this morning, and you might want to be there.
Sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
Do you have messages for me?
I've given everything to you.
Okay, well.
Keep 'em busy?
Not really. If you need any research done, let me know.
Seen any good movies?
I saw a great documentary last night on pyramid excavations.
You mean small, dark places that haven't been touched in centuries? Sounds right up your alley.
Well, it did help me gain a better understanding of your mind.
Did I ever tell you that you're actually quite attractive?
Be still, my heart.
Had any customers lately?
No, but I'm sure you have.
You know, you really should get out more.
But then who'd take care of St. George's?
Me?
Exactly.
I like her. Oh shit, whoops. Ah, fuck.
See you later.
See ya.
Can't abort these animations either, you just have to, suffer through them.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Whew, boy, party time.
Today's news. Times dated June 20th, 1993. Gabriel scans over an uninteresting front page. Under the cultural events section, there's a notice about a lecture on African religions. The lecture is at Tulane University. Gabriel's horoscope for the day. An evil eye is upon you. Change your course before it's too late.
Lighten up.
Okay, there we go. Got another point. Let's get out of here. No. Ah, fuck. Damnation. I'm jumping out the damn
I'm
door
going
too
out.
quick.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Hey, Grace, here.
Whew, boy.
I need to use the phone. Oh, phone listing, okay. Oh, good. So I actually have to fucking...
Hello, I'm calling from the Dixieland drugstore. We have an order for you.
Castro, be quiet. Who is this?
I'm a friend of the owner.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Dogs barking? That sounds, sounds like some guy's place.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Do you have a Madame Casino as a client?
Madam Casino? Sure, I know her. She's not here right now, though.
Really? She told me she'd be there. Would you happen to have her address by any chance?
Yes, but I'm not sure I should give it out. Who are you again?
I'm worried about Castro. He's missed 3 dance lessons.
Castro? Her little doggy? Oh, he's so sweet. Well, I guess if you know Castro, it's okay. Her address is 345 Dauphine.
Thanks.
Okay, well, there we go. Got her address. Now let's get out of here. Well, finally, we are done with this place.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we haven't saved in a while, so, you know, let's... Okay, I was getting a little worried. It's taking a really long time. Did it just crash? Oh, it would be my luck.
A drummer has decided to set up outside the police station.
The same fucking drummer who's shown up in 2 other places. That's not suspicious at all.
Hey,
The drummer looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return.
He's gonna, like, curse me with his voodoo drums or some shit.
That's Mosley's office.
Okay, why in the hell would they put a tag here for his office if you can't do anything with it?
You! Give me back my badge! Now, Knight!
sure. Thanks for letting me borrow it.
Yeah? You borrow it again, and you're history. Now, about today. Glad you made it. It'll give you a feel for how I am in action. You know, handling suspects, that sort of thing.
I'm sure it'll be invigorating. Who is this guy, anyway?
Calls himself Crash. He's been an informant for us before, mostly helping us bust small-time pimps and dealers trying to break into the territory. He's been staying invisible during these murders, but we picked him up this morning at Jackson Square pushing coke. He knows something. Call it detective's instinct.
Detective's instinct. Got it.
All right, Crash. I want to hear about these murders. Have you been present at the so-called voodoo rituals?
I don't know nothing. All right, I told you.
Come on now. You can tell me. Do you know anyone who's been to these rituals?
Look, I can't say nothing. You gotta let me go.
Relax. No one knows you're here. The men who picked you up were in plain clothes.
Plain clothed. Like you could fool them. They know I'm here. They've got ears all over the city. They know everything.
Who are they, Crash? Are they the ones doing the murders?
Let me go.
If you're so worried about being detained, start talking. You tell me what I want to hear, and maybe I can get you into the witness protection program. But you gotta earn it.
Witness protection? Are you crazy? Oh, don't make me laugh. Oh, Jesus, just let me out of here.
Oh, come on. Who's behind these murders, Crash? Why are the victims all members of the underworld?
Oh, by now they know I'm here. It's different when I'm supposed to come here. Oh, if I can send a message. Yeah, tell them I didn't say nothing.
Christ, he's freaking useless. Just take him back to detaining, would you, Tony? I'll tell you, times like this, I'd kill for truth serum. Damn civil rights.
Can I quote you on that?
Huh? Hell no. Damn, we can only keep him for 24 hours. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have to let him go. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. You know, for the book, I mean. Hey, maybe you could punch it up some. You know, what do they call that? Fiction. That's it.
It certainly is. I'll see what I can do. Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
Sure as hell ain't going well. There sure are a lot of brakes being applied in different areas of the investigation. We're getting some real info on the victims now, and they're not exactly upstanding citizens. I was hoping to get more out of Crash, but he's scared shitless. We'll have to let him go tomorrow morning.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
Okay, why does it keep
What's
lighting
the
up?
status on the Voodoo Murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
Okay, so it shouldn't light up at all now. I guess that's it with him. I don't think insulting him is the way to go. It might be funny, but maybe I'll save at some point, and assuming we come back
I'll
here.
let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Let's go harass the hot police sergeant over here.
She probably wouldn't cooperate.
But I wouldn't mind trying. Excuse me, officer?
Yes?
Oh,
Do
never
anything with her.
mind.
Fine. I'll get back to work.
That camera looks professional. The camera isn't Gabriel's to mess with.
Since when the fuck has that stopped him? He's been grabbing shit left and right. There's that motherfucker again. It might not be the same guy, but they look exactly the same, so I'm not sure what they're trying to do here, but...
How's it going today?
What? Oh, it's only you. Man, I have been jumpy all day. That pattern of yours really freaked me out for some reason. There's just something creepy.
You finished it?
Yeah, and you're welcome to it. Here.
Wow. This is great.
Uh-huh, yeah, just don't, blow up the planet with it or something, okay?
I didn't mean to upset you.
Ah, forget it. I'm probably just being stupid. Do your thing with it, and, good luck.
Okay, it's going down. One thing I missed from the old Sierra days was the ability to speed shit up. I don't think that's actually present in this, is it? No, okay. Although, one thing I do want to do, again, just because.
It looks like the lecture is just starting.
Oh.
Voodoo is the tribal religion of Africa, but the name Voodoo is actually a banner heading, under which resides an entire body of distinct tribal belief systems. The word voodoo may sound familiar to you. What is known in the States as voodoo is actually an amalgamation of African religious systems, voodoo, and European religions, primarily Catholicism. All of these subcults of African voodoo have certain things in common. The most important is the worship of a pantheon of spirits, instead of the single deity that the Christian and Muslim systems have. Some of these spirits are elementals. Some relate to specific tasks or places. Some represent important tribal leaders who have died. This spirit worship is what makes Voodoo so easily adaptable. With all these spirits, it's no problem to add a few more. Say, for example, the Virgin Mary. At the height of tribal Africa, warfare was common. One tribe would conquer another, and the Loa, important in the conqueror's tribal system, would be adopted readily into the conquered tribe's Loa pantheon. In this way, many of the Voodoo cults spread and mingled throughout tribal Africa, enriching the belief system and causing innumerable offshoots. The basis for the Voodoo religion seems to be as old as man himself. It has much in common with many early pagan practices: animal totems, sympathetic magic, elemental spirits in the trees, the heavens, the bodies of the sick. Africa is believed by many to be the cradle of the human race. Some of the Voodoo Loa may be as old as the Garden of Eden itself. We still can't explain some of the real power of these primal religions. And note, I said primal, not primitive. There are African Bokors who baffle our scientists with their supernatural powers. Now, let's discuss the elements of Voodoo.
Fascinating guy.
In Voodoo, the spirits are called the Loa. During a Voodoo ceremony, celebrants are possessed by the Loa. This is called being ridden. The human worshipper is seen as a horse, and the Loa as the divine horseman. A person being ridden by a Loa takes on the characteristics of that spirit and becomes, in effect, merely a vessel for the more powerful entity. Some of the older original Africa Loa include Dambala, the great serpent god, Ezuli, the mistress of love, Papanibo, or Gedde, the lord of death, Awe, the spirit of water, Legba, spirit of the crossroads, and the cruelest and most dangerous, Ogun Badagri, the lord of destruction.
No, they said Gedde.
I gotta get more sleep at night.
Tribe-specific Loa can have as much or more power as the more widely worshipped Loa. For instance, a particular tribe might revere highly the Loa of an ancestor who was a legendary hunter or politician. Voodoo temples are called Houndfors. Their priests, Houngan or Bokors, their priestesses, Mama Loa. In a Voodoo Houndfor, there's a ritual circle marked by a center pole called a Poto Meton. During ritual conclaves, initiates dance under the supervision of a Bokor and a Mama Loa, or head priestess. The use of totems, or animal masks and markings, was not uncommon in the original African ceremonies. Now, though, all but the oldest sects have abandoned this practice. Ritual objects used during the conclaves included the ritual gourd, or asan, the ritual knife, or kubasa,
That knife gives me the chills.
the ritual whip, or fouetcache, and the ritual coffin, or seke madule. These items are often optional, called for by the Mama Loa for specific magical rituals. The Mama Loa is the most powerful figure in any Voodoo sect. Voodoo is a truly matriarchal system. Even the Bokor knows his power is limited. The Mama Loa is the supreme woman. She goes out of her house at night, sees many things, and tries to get butterflies, and at night again she sees other things, including fireflies.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Gabriel.
Firelight. Gabriel?
What? Can't see.
Gabriel, get in.
Can't. It's too small for me.
You must get in, Gabriel.
It's not mine. Too small.
Hide, Gabriel, hide.
No! Let me out! Help!
Young man, the lecture is over.
Oh my god. Sorry.
This might run a little long too, because, well, shit happens.
Are you a student?
No. My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Well, you have already interrupted and slept through my lecture, Mr. Knight. I hope you have something worthwhile to do here. If you figure it out, let me know.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
You already sat through my lecture on the subject, Mr. Knight. Perhaps next time you could stay awake and learn something.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I've read about them in the papers. I must admit to some interest. But according to the newspapers, the voodoo aspect is faked, so I haven't really pursued it. You know how Americans, especially Hollywood, treat voodoo. I'm sure there are many so-called practitioners out there that have no idea what they're doing or the power they're playing with.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I find it interesting to see the occasional fragment of voodoo practices in the everyday culture of New Orleans.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
The Catholic Church has always dominated in New Orleans, and its imagery, in turn, has dominated New Orleans voodoo.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
If there's more you wish to know, perhaps you should read my books.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm not a zoologist, Mr. Knight, but I know all I care to about reptiles.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's June 23rd, the feast day of St. John the Baptist. But June 23rd has been a sacred day since the earliest times. Ancient sun worshippers used to roll a flaming wheel down a hill to celebrate the sun's descent on that day.
A burning wheel? Huh. Do you know what Capri Sancour means?
Capri Sancour? Yes, I do. It's a Haitian term, I believe. It's French, and literally translates as goat without horns.
As in a female goat?
No, as in a human sacrifice. Sacrifices in voodoo are usually of the animal variety. Chickens, bulls, goats. If the gods demand a goat without horns, it means a human being.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
While I find the colloquial bastardizations of voodoo somewhat interesting, from a sheerly intellectual point of view, there's not a lot of relation between people like Laveau and true voodoo practices.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
As I said in my lecture, which I assume you actually listened to, is that animal masks, totems, are used extensively in most African voodoo religions.
Do you know anything about veves?
If you'd taken notes during my lecture, you wouldn't have to ask.
Tell me about Damballa.
Damballa is one of the major Rada Loa, also known as Damballa Wado. He is an ancient Dahomean rain god, often represented as a large boa constrictor. Damballa is the most powerful and most violent of the Rada Loa. The Rada Loa are typically benevolent, as opposed, say, to the Patro Loa. He is still worshipped heavily in Haiti, and when voodoo first started in New Orleans, the early conclaves were reportedly based on the worship of the great zombie, the great serpent Damballa.
Tell me more about Damballa.
I have extensive courses in the Loa running next semester. Perhaps you should take one of those, Mr. Knight.
Tell me about Ogun Badagri.
Ogun Badagri is one of the Patro Loa. The Patro Loa are much more violent than the Rada Loa. Some people believe the Patro Loa originated in Haiti, but I have found some evidence that the Patro Loa were African as well, though worshipped only by a small voodoo tribe, and a very bloody one.
Tell me more about Ogun Badagri.
He is a chief nasty, Mr. Knight. He is the spirit of war and destruction.
Tell me more about human sacrifice.
It's very rare. Most voodoo practices do not include human sacrifice as a matter of record, but it is theoretically possible, if that's what the gods demand. For example, One of the chants I had translated for me from a Haitian ritual went like this. Mistress Ezuli, come and aid us. If a cock is demanded, we will give it. If a bull will suffice, behold it. But if a goat without horns is required for sacrifice, oh, where will we find one? Ezuli is the gentlest of Loire, so they call on her for mercy. But I have seen grown and powerful Houngan tremble before possession by one of the more violent Loire, such as Papa Nebo. Clearly, they are afraid that something of the sort will be ordered, or that Loire will simply take it for themselves.
Okay, well, we'll ask him about more of that later. I need to go back to the,
I'll be going.
Oh, do keep in touch.
Oh, shit, I forgot to do something for him, too. Fuck. I'm just screwing up everywhere. And there's one thing I needed to show him as well.
Can you tell me anything about this?
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Mind if I copy this?
Be my guest.
Great. I'll be right back. Here you go. You know, this is a fascinating veve. You must tell me all about its origin.
Actually, I was hoping you'd tell me. Can you figure out anything about it from the symbols?
Well, some. That's why I wanted a copy. I want to research the design myself.
Have you heard of the voodoo murders?
No. You're kidding. Really? Then the voodoo is authentic. The newspapers are wrong. Boy, are they wrong.
You think this veve is authentic?
Authentic? Mr. Knight, that's like asking if the Mona Lisa is a painting. Tell you what, I'll look into these symbols myself and see what I can learn about the sect that made this. I'll give you a call when I have more information. You are associated with the police, aren't you?
Absolutely. But I'm undercover. You can contact me at St. George's Bookshop in the quarter.
All right. Now, I'd like to get started on this, if you don't mind.
Okay, now we're gonna get out of here.
Good day, Mr. Knight.
Madame Lorelei, is it?
What can I do for you, handsome?
That's a nice snake you have there.
Oh, I could say the same of you.
Well, I know where I got mine. Where'd you get yours?
That's personal.
I'd really like to know more about that snake.
Oh, sorry, sweetie, but I don't discuss Elvis with anyone.
How about a reading?
The prices are listed on the sign.
They seem a little steep.
Well, I sometimes do my intimate friends for nothing, but I am a businesswoman.
I'm sure you are. Oh, nothing.
Well, then move aside, sweetie, but stay where I can look at you, okay?
Okay, we'll stand here for a minute.
Come on, boys, hoopla! Thanks, boys.
Oh, shit. Well, I was supposed to click on her while it was happening. Shit. I gotta quit this in a couple of minutes. I think I might already be running
Madam
long.
Lorelei,
What can...
how's business?
How's business? I have no time for such dull conversation, darling.
Oh, no.
Well, then move it.
Okay. Alright, come on, get up, do your thing. I'm gonna wrap her thing up.
Hoopla!
Not a bad idea. Baby, I love the way you move.
Madame Lorelei winks knowingly at Gabriel and twitches her hips.
Yep, she wants me.
Thanks, boys.
Gabriel examines the veil with the magnifying glass. The fortune teller's veil is studded with sequins. The sequins look a little strange. Why, it's a snake scale. Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to remove the snake scale from the veil.
Okay, I'm gonna give this to her real quick and then finish her thing up, and then we're gonna call it an episode.
I think this veil belongs to you.
Oh, my veil! I'm always losing those things. You have no idea. Well, darling, you're such a sweetie to return a lady's delicates, and so handsome as well.
Well, I...
And since you have such a clear interest in fortune-telling, let me see your hands. They look so strong. Perhaps they will make both our fortunes clear, no?
I wish something would.
Strong, yes, and yet so delicate and flexible.
You don't know the half of it.
Oh, good. I see a mysterious woman in your immediate future.
Madame Lorelei winks at Gabriel knowingly.
She is a dangerous one, dark and beautiful. Oh, I see the road of your life forking, and very soon.
The blood drains from Madame Lorelei's face in an instant. Sweat beads on her upper lip.
Are you okay?
There are forces. Oh, God. Beware. Beware.
What
Yeah.
is it about me lately?
What a fucking idiot. Okay, I'm gonna do this real quick.
The iridescent scale is hued olive green. It doesn't seem to match the scale from Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pop them back to 2-lane. Or no, I guess not. We're done with the 2-lane. I'm gonna go to where I gotta go for the next part, but I'm not gonna start anything there. Alright, that's a good spot to leave it off at. So next time, guys, obviously we'll be continuing day 3. And as you can see, freaky shit is already starting to happen. We just freaked out a fortune teller who went running away screaming about the forces or whatnot. And that Gedde chick, her name happens to rhyme with like a god of a dead or something like that. Or it sounds like, I should say. And she's a little bit on the odd side, shall we say, from what I can see. So I guess we'll find out more about that next time. So I'll see you guys then.